In the Middle East, the Israel-Iran conflict has erupted into open warfare, with recent missile and drone attacks signaling a dangerous new phase. This is no longer a regional dispute. Global powers are on alert, and vital energy corridors are at risk. The world is watching because this is a clash of ideologies and a struggle for dominance, fought with advanced weapons and cyber attacks. Israeli strikes on Iranian targets and Iran's unprecedented missile barrages have shattered the old rules of engagement. What was once a shadow war is now a direct confrontation, with civilian casualties rising and the threat of wider war looming. The June 2025 attacks mark a fundamental shift, threatening to destabilize the entire region and global markets. For Israel, Iran is an existential threat. For Iran, Israel is a symbol of Western domination. This is a zero-sum struggle, fueled by history and ideology, making de-escalation nearly impossible. The world holds its breath as the conflict threatens to spiral beyond control. Few remember that Iran and Israel were once close allies, united by shared interests before 1979. The Islamic Revolution changed everything, turning Iran from a secular monarchy into a theocracy fiercely opposed to Israel. Khomeini's regime severed all ties, declared Israel an enemy, and handed its embassy to the PLO. Anti-Israel ideology became central to Iran's foreign policy, fueling decades of hostility. For Israel, the loss of Iran as an ally and the rise of a revolutionary adversary was a strategic nightmare. The friendship vanished overnight, replaced by deep enmity and a new security threat on Israel's doorstep. The seeds of today's conflict were sown in the ashes of that broken alliance. The 1979 revolution set the stage for decades of confrontation. Iran's nuclear program is at the heart of the conflict, seen by Israel as an existential threat. Israel has used cyber attacks and targeted assassinations to slow Iran's progress, but recent events show these measures are no longer enough. The June 2025 Israeli airstrikes on nuclear sites mark a shift from covert sabotage to open military action. This escalation risks a cycle of retaliation and pushes Iran closer to building a bomb. Mutual distrust fuels a security dilemma, with each side viewing the other's actions as provocation. With diplomacy stalled, the world faces the real danger of a catastrophic nuclear confrontation. For decades, Israel and Iran have fought indirectly through proxies across the Middle East. Iran's axis of resistance, Hezbollah, Hamas, and others, lets Tehran challenge Israel without direct confrontation. Hezbollah, armed by Iran, now threatens Israel with a vast missile arsenal. Iran also backs Palestinian groups and maintains a foothold in Syria. Israel responds with relentless airstrikes and targeted operations to disrupt these networks. The proxy war turns Syria, Lebanon, and Gaza into battlegrounds, fueling instability and civilian suffering. The 2023 Hamas attack and the Gaza war show how quickly proxy conflicts can escalate. This shadow war ensures the cycle of violence continues, destabilizing the region. The proxy struggle is the engine of the conflict with no end in sight. The Israel-Iran conflict is deeply entangled with global power rivalries. The US backs Israel, while Iran relies on support from Russia and China, turning the region into a chessboard for great power competition. Recent Israeli strikes had tacit US approval, while China and Russia condemned the escalation. Diplomatic efforts by Europe and regional actors are limited, as Washington, Moscow, and Beijing pursue conflicting interests. The involvement of these powers makes de-escalation far more complex and dangerous. With direct military strikes, the old guardrails are gone, and the risk of a wider war is real. The world watches, hoping for an off-ramp before miscalculation leads to catastrophe. The path forward is perilous, shaped by history, ideology, and global rivalry.